Hey there friends, it is me, HLModTech, and I am back with day 2 of our Roller Coaster Tycoon training. You can see I've already got Tycoon launched. That was right from the desktop. Click on that load button, and then remember we saved ours in Documents. And I asked you to name it Forest Frontiers, and I had you put your name after it. If you named it a little different, that's fine, but when you open it, it should look just like this. Immediately hit that sound button so you can get it mute, because remember, it's crazy loud. And then, let's get crackin'! Your park should look similar to mine, but if it's a little bit different, that is fine. You may have played longer, and you may have been more successful than me. Let's take care of a little maintenance here quick. See these little spots? That is where people have thrown up, and my little handyman is not cleaning. So let's teach him what I want him to do. When you click on the handyman, it pops up his little window, and first I'm going to tell him where I want him to be. I need him to be close to my coaster and my other rides where people are getting sick. Those are the only spots I want him to be, and then I'm also going to change his jobs. When you click the hand, I want him to sweep. I don't want him to water. I do want him to empty litter bins. I don't want him to mow grass. And that will get him out doing what I want instead of what he thinks is a good choice. One other fun thing you can do is give him a name. I'm going to name mine Joe because I have several students named Joe, and they can try and guess which one of them I'm having them work as a handyman. You can see Joe is wandering out in the wilderness, which is agitating me. So I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to put him on the path so he can do his job. Do not pick up your maintenance guy. That does stop him from what he was doing. If you ever can't find the person, click on the little red arrows, and it takes you to them. Let's build our first custom ride. This is a lot more difficult than what we did yesterday, but it's something everybody usually wants to do. Find either your train or monorail and choose Build This. When we build, we start with a station platform. Once again, you can right-click to get rid of trees. I'm going to tell you to make sure that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 empty boxes, and then add 3 station platforms, maybe a 4th, and then switch to the straight slope up. We are going to climb over that bush, but notice that bush is too close. We right-click and rip that bush out of there, and then we can go up enough. So I'm 9 feet high. See how it shows us the height? If your height marks aren't there, it is simply this button right here that shows us how high it is. I'm going to go back to flat. Notice the people can walk under my train. And then this may frustrate you, but I'm going to tell you, build your first train this small. You can build them more difficult later, but you just don't want to build something that you can't finish for your first one. If you ever make an oops, like I don't want that because it would get in the way of the entrance and the exit, you can just bulldoze back. I'm going to connect these all the way across by clicking this button right here. And now I'm going to put the entrance and exit in this location, and watch, I can cheat and do this ahead of time. So my entrance is further away, my exit is closer, it goes right back to build mode so I can finish, and at this point I'm going to slope it down, and then I'm going to make it flat. And let's see if I can even do this. Will it turn fast enough? Nope, I am 1 spot short. So I'm going to click entrance and move it 1 spot right. Then I can bulldoze back, and now I can slope down at this location to get to ground level, and when I do flat, then I can turn. I'm still going to collide with it. And this is why building custom rides are a little more difficult. Notice I clicked entrance. I'm going to move it 1 more spot over. Bulldoze, bulldoze, bulldoze. And let me show you another trick I can do to make this easier on myself. I'm going to go right here, and to give myself room, I'm going to make a turn. By adding it, I'm going to make a turn to go back. Notice I intersect with my ride. If my height had been more than 10, it would have ran into that. But because I chose the small one that I did, I can go back down. And let's see if I can go under this piece. Nope. I made another oops, so I'm just going to bulldoze. And now I'm going to turn again to the right. Let's see if I can get under. Nope. So I'm going to bulldoze back and go back to my original plan where I click straight through. And now here I'm going to try and turn left. Nope, that won't work either. So I'm going to just stay with my straight, get down to the ground, make it flat, and then do my 2 turns to finish my cute little train. I need 1 straight piece to connect it, and now I've got a connected train that people can ride. You saw the difficulty that can happen as you try and build these. Start small. Later you can build a better one. Whenever you finish your ride, remember to open it, pick a price. My cute little train I'm going to charge $1 for. That is my most common price that I pick. We always do the entrance first. I'm going to do another cool trick where I do see-through rides, and that lets me see the ground where I want to put this path. I want to put it right there, and there, and there. So now I've got a nice entry path for the people. If I go back and turn on my see-through rides, or turn that off, you can see that that connects right to the front of the building. And then I can do my gray path, and I'm going to do the spin so we can see this maybe a little better. I'm going to have to click right here. Took me a second to find my bearings, but now I can connect so people can get on my cool train. Look at them flock to that nifty new ride. Makes me think I might ought to change the price a little bit. There's my train doing its first little test. Notice I've got all these people getting sick by my roller coaster. Let's make sure that is cleaned up by hiring another handyman. And I'm going to tell him his only location he can be at is that corner. So that's his job. And then Handyman 2, I'm going to click on his little footpath or his little task. And I want him to only sweep and empty litter. I think I'm also going to quickly add a bench over there so that people can get a place to sit if they don't feel good. Like, see that little dude? He didn't feel good and he just sat down. And then let's also add a restroom so if they are not feeling well, they can quickly get in that restroom and take care of things before we even have a mess to clean up. When I hit build this, change your arrow so it's aiming the way you want. And bam, now we've got a solution in place to help keep our park looking sweet. A quick reminder, remember if it ever feels frozen, right-click on the top a couple times, and that gets it so that you can go between your movies and your Tycoon simulation. I'm going to remind you, never touch this button, never touch this button. All your rides we have played in all these tabs. For this first couple days, I'd really like you to add all of these because they're easy. Add both of these because they're easy. Make sure you have all the shops. Avoid this one. And then you can experiment with the roller coasters. More and more show up as the game goes on. Speaking of that, this is the research and development. If you spend more money per month, they find cooler things for you. If you're ever running out of money, you can say, I don't want to do upgrades anymore. You can also pick where the money gets spent, which is pretty cool. You can take a peek at how your rides are doing. Notice it shows how many people are on each ride. If you switch to queue line length, you can see that there's nobody in the bathroom lines. That's because I don't have a queue line for the bathrooms. If you look at popularity, you can see what's your favorite ride. You can also see what ride people are angry about. When you click on a ride, you can see what their thoughts are. So they're saying slide 1 was great. This one says they want something more exciting. Sometimes you can bump that up by just changing the colors of your slide so it makes it more interesting to them. But some rides also, like, hey, it's a slide. It's not going to be exciting. But that is how you give them options for the exciting things they may want, and they still get to ride their slides. And I'm going to bump up the price on this just so I make a little more money to make it worth their complaints. Click up here on your park entrance, and now we've got enough cool stuff that we need to change our entry fee. I've got enough rides that I'm going to take mine up to $17 now. You can also, when you click on the coins, check out how much you spent versus how much you made on every month that we get to work on this. If you're ever broke, you can take out more of a loan. Just remember you do pay interest on the loan. So see right here, I was paying interest for each month. So eventually it is a good idea to pay that off. But if you're ever building an awesome ride, sometimes you got to spend money to make money. Just make sure that you understand there is a max. The maximum loan you can do on this one is $30,000. Tells you can't borrow, so I could get in a lot of trouble. I don't want the huge interest, so I'm immediately going to pay that back down to the $10,000 or $11,000 that I need for my next ride. Before I build that ride, though, let's take a look at the people's thoughts. People are saying they're not hungry, they're not thirsty. Some feel sick, but we've tried to add things for that. If you click the groups, you got a lot of people saying things were great. Some people are saying that the path is disgusting, but we've got our guys trying to clean that up, so that should get good. Looks like I need somebody over here trying to clean up this path. I'm going to find Handyman 1 quick, and I'm going to put him where he needs to be. Hey, Joe, I want you to spend some time cleaning this area right here now, and I'm going to shut off that corner for him. So we've done the difficult things. Let's add one more easy thing. I'm going to close all these little boxes so that my screen is clean. I'm going to find that zoom tool so I can zoom out. There's my whole park that I can play with. I'm going to build an awesome coaster back here in the corner. I have played long enough that I've got a new coaster called the Steel Coaster. It has 3 sweet ones. I'm going to do the easy shuttle loop. I like it because of how small it is. This white end is where the entrance and exit are going to be again. I'm going to rotate that so it's back here in this corner. I can zoom in so I can see better where it's going to fit. And I'm going to rotate so I can delete the trees so that I get the most efficient use of my property possible. Remember that little white crosshair is what you click on the tree with. I am right-clicking to delete those trees, and I can drop this in right back here and have an awesome little way for the ride to not use much of my property, but also get me a cool number of people. I'm going to put the entrance furthest away and the exit closest. Go to my queue line and check out how I can snake this because of the way I lined up my property. If I press enter, there is just enough room for me to sneak this dude in and snake that so all the land is used perfect. There is my exit. I'm going to press enter to peek around again and find that corner so I can make the last piece so that people can get on the exciting new coaster. This one I'm going to open. Always need to look for where they put these new things. And I'm going to charge a whole $2 for this one. And I'm going to show you one more awesome piece that you can do. There is a advertising tab. When you hit the advertising, you could do free rides for a ride, or you could just do a campaign for a ride or your park. I am going to advertise for my sweet new roller coaster. This is going to be called Roller Coaster 2 because I just made it. For 2 weeks, I'm going to pay $200, but wait till you see how many people ride my sweet new ride. I don't like that brown color. Anytime you make a ride, you can pick a cool color. I'm going to make that a bright green, and I'm going to make the other side a bright orange. So it's just screaming, hey, come out here, check out this ride, have fun, and enjoy the sweet stuff at my park. A lot of times when rides start getting not popular, that's how I fix it. Friends, I hope you're having a blast. As you can see, you've got a lot more room to play. In day 3, I will add some more cool stuff for you. Make sure at the end of the day, you do the file save game, and then always click that documents folder, and then I'm always going to save it with a new name, so that way it doesn't get lost. So I'm going to call this day 2, and when I hit save, you need to wait for the Z's to go away. Friends, I hope you had a blast with Roller Coaster Tycoon. If you've never seen it before, you can find it on goodoldgames.com. If you go to the search box and type roller, it'll show you Roller Coaster Tycoon Deluxe. Currently, it is at a cost of $5.99 and it works on PCs. It is an amazing little game, and the simulation is so detailed. The stuff that you learn that you can do, it is crazy how long you can lose yourself in these little theme parks as you make them unbelievably incredible. Friends, if you found this movie useful, please hit that like button. If you've got a question, comment, or a suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. And last but not least, hit that notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from me, HLModTech. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.